Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a bake with me. So it is Saturday, and you know every Saturday, well mostly every Saturday, we play pinochle with my brother and sister-in-law. On the weeks that she hosts, she makes dinner and I bring dessert. And on the weeks that I host, I make dinner and she brings dessert. Well, tonight she is hosting, so I am in charge of dessert. Normally, I just make a dessert and I have a small portion of it. I don't Weight Watch or fry it. I just have a little bit and I count it. Well, I'm really trying to nail it this week. So I decided that I was going to make a peach upside down cake for my brother, sister-in-law, and Doug. And it's pretty high in point, and I just didn't want to try to fit that in. So I decided to play around and see if I could come up with a peach upside down cake that tasted good, that had normal, decent ingredients, and was low in point. So I did. It was successful, and I want to share it with you because when I say that this is absolutely delicious, I am not yanking your chain. It is good. It does not taste like diet food at all. Probably because it's all real ingredients in there. I do use monk fruit sweetener, but it has real butter, real flour, and it's good. So, with that said, oh, and it can also be made two ways. If you're in a hurry and you need a really quick sweet fix, you can make it in the microwave. If you want a better consistency in your cake and not quite as spongy, and you have time, you can bake it in the oven. So, win-win. And another nice thing about this, it is a yellow cake. So I'm choosing to do peaches because I have fresh peaches, but you can substitute pineapple and make a pineapple upside down cake. You can substitute plums, nectarines, pretty much whatever you want to. Now, I would do seasonal summer fruits with the yellow cake. I make a gingerbread apple upside down cake, which is more of a fall, so definitely like the darker cake. But sky's the limit here, guys. So enough chit-chatting about it. Let's show you how to do it. So for our ingredients, we need some peaches. These are fresh, but you could use canned or you could use frozen. Really, it depends on how many you want to use. This is like about a half of a medium-sized peach, just peeled and sliced. You're going to need a pinch of salt. You're going to need a little bit of baking powder, some vanilla, some replacement sugar. I use the Lakanto monk fruit. That is my absolute favorite. Then some replacement brown sugar. My absolute favorite is the Cirque Gold, but this happens to be the Swerve because it's what I have. You're going to need some unsweetened applesauce, self-rising flour. Make sure it is self-rising flour, 3 tablespoons. And then you're going to need 2 tablespoons of milk. It can be almond milk, it can be regular milk. If you're going to use regular milk, you need to add 1 point to the total because 2 tablespoons of 1% milk is a point. But if you use almond milk, it will be 0. And then you're going to need 3/4 of a teaspoon of just regular butter. And to bake it in, I am using a 10-ounce just little glass dish. It is oven proof and I have it sprayed with nonstick spray. And you'll just need a bowl to mix in, a whisk, and your standard measuring utensils. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 3/4 of a teaspoon of butter. 3/4 of a teaspoon of butter is 1 point, whereas a whole teaspoon is 2 points. So hence the reason we're using 3/4. We're going to put that in there. And then we are going to add in 1 tablespoon of our brown sugar. Zero points on that. A little bit sticky. And then we're going to throw this in the microwave for 20 seconds until the butter melts and we can stir in the brown sugar. Okay, so while that's going, we're we're gonna start mixing up our cake. 3 tablespoons of self-rising flour, then 1 tablespoon of your sweetener of choice. Make sure it's something that measures 1 for 1. Like if you're using something for sweet and low, that's not like sweet and low, that won't work. That doesn't measure 1 for 1. Then we are going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. We're going to do a pinch of salt. One teaspoon of, and I do a generous teaspoon, honestly, of unsweetened applesauce. That's replacing our oil. 2 tablespoons of the milk. And then we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm a little generous with that too. And we're going to whisk this all together. And we're going to set that aside, and we're going to finish with our peaches. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this and we're going to mix the melted butter into the brown sugar. Just until it's combined and a little bit melty. Now this is where I said if you use a flat bottom dish, you'll get more surface area with the peaches and stuff. I'm gonna go up the side a little bit. I just think the dome looked really pretty and I knew this would work, so. Then we're gonna take our peaches and we're just gonna lay them on top of our butter brown sugar mixture. And I'm going to be a little generous there. Okay. We're going to take our cake batter and we're just going to pour it right on top. Get every last bit of that goodness. And then just spread it out a little bit. And now here's where you make your decision. Do you have to eat this right away? If you do, you can microwave this for 50 seconds, 50 seconds on high. And it's very good. I tried one in the microwave, but the cake is a little spongy, to be honest with you, but it was still delicious. Then I decided to try baking it in the oven. The cake texture was perfect, but it takes a little longer. I am choosing to bake this one in the oven because this is going to be my dessert tonight. So I am going to put it in a 350-degree oven for 20 minutes. So there's what it looks like. I don't know if you can see the bottom of that. And I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Here it is right out of the oven. I am just gonna let it cool in the dish for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to invert it onto a serving dish. Okay, so I let this sit for 10 minutes after it came out of the oven, and now I'm just gonna invert my little serving plate on top. Give it a little tap. Sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't. I just take a little knife and release it. And there we have it. And just to give you a size reference, This is a 6-inch plate, so you can see this is pretty much a 4.5, 5-inch piece of cake. So it's a really nice piece of cake. It's absolutely delicious. Not much more I can say about it. So there you have it. Like I said, I did make this both ways. I don't know if I talked about that. You can do what I did and bake it in the oven, or you can microwave it on high for 50 seconds. Comes out a little spongier that way. It's still absolutely delicious. I made it that way. We tried it. It was good. I made it this way. We tried it and it was very good. So if you're in a time crunch, toss it in the wave. If you're not, put it in the oven. So this will go with me tonight to my brother's. This will go with me tonight to my brother's. This is a whole lot more points for a much smaller piece. This is 3 points on all plans if you use the same ingredients that I did and make it the same way. So I think 3 points for a cake with all real ingredients, with stuff you have in your pantry, and this big is definitely worth it. And like I said, it tastes delicious. So there you have it. Peach upside down cake. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you think you'll give this a try. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.